Iraqi state TV announced that there will be a coordinated operation to fight back against ISIS. While that is good news, even more interesting is that the operation will be supported from volunteers from Sunni and Shiite paramilitary forces. The people of Iraq are fighting to take back Ramadi. Nick, this is very big because traditionally these groups did not coordinate to come together, and now they see it's a bigger significant problem being ISIS and that they need to unite in order to solve this problem. And this comes on the heels of Ramadi when it fell. There was comments made by Defense Secretary Ash Carter saying that there's no will to fight. And now recently, Joe Biden has smoothed it over by saying to the Prime Minister Abadi that we understand that you came in with an attack, trucks, there was, it was hard to be able to decipher how to solve that problem that day that Ramadi fell. But now we have the U.S. forces and we support you and we know this is going to be an ebb and flow.
Yeah, exactly. Those remarks by Ash Carter, Secretary of Defense, must have been very hard to hear from a lot of people in Iraq, especially those serving the government as well as those fighting, that what he said basically was you guys have no will to fight and that's why ISIS is taking over. I'm glad John Kerry smoothed things over. I'm glad that we have taken mobilization to take back the city of Ramadi. Just Tuesday, we heard that Shia militias had taken prisoner hundreds of ISIS fighters. We're hearing good news, and this is all good news, as well as what you're saying, different sects of Islam, Shia and Sunni fighters coming together to be on the same side. Again, that is also good news. But let's not jump to conclusions here and say that we're going to go in there, it's going to be just like Tikrit. We mobilized, we took Tikrit back fairly quickly from ISIS, which was deemed as a success, a huge success for the Iraqi people in the country as well. But here, I don't want to jump to any conclusions because, look, one day you hear one thing about ISIS, the next day it's something different. Before Ramadi was taken, no one was really talking about it very much. We were given the notion that ISIS was losing ground. We heard only good news. There was a lot of wishful thinking, I think, from journalists in Iraq as well as here in the US that ISIS was losing the battle. And then what happens? All out of the blue, we hear that they're going towards Ramadi, and then they took Ramadi just as quickly as we took Tikrit or any other city. So I don't know. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I don't want to say good news, this is it, we're good, we're done with Ramadi. I don't want to say any of that yet. I'm just saying we should take it with a grain of salt. But yes, without a doubt, this is all good news that we've started mobilization, and I hope it goes as quickly and as swiftly as it did in Tikrit.
Well, I do. I think the template for Tikrit is a perfect example of the Shiites and Sunnis coming together, and they did reclaim their city. So John Kerry, for instance, when Ramadi just fell, he was quoted in saying that, he had a quote saying that it is possible to have the kind of attack we've seen in Ramadi, but I'm absolutely confident in the days that it will be reversed. So perhaps that's why they've foreseen this, is that what they are using the template of Tikrit of saying this is Iraqi people need to come together to inevitably solve their civil war problem and to fight for a bigger purpose. And I think that that's actually due to the history and what has gone down in the country. That would be a positive note, that it gives hope to this campaign that they actually are coming together to say, listen, we're not extremists, but we're going to put our differences aside for the well-being of the next generation of the Iraq people and to prosper in the Fertile Crescent.
It takes this outside force to come in and kind of take over the country and plague the country for different sects to come together and realize we're not that different. We're fighting a common evil. It's sad that that's the way it is, but it is. So again, I think we have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I think this is a step in the right directions, and I only have good hopes for the future.
Well, we'd like to hear what you think about the new developments that are happening with Ramadi and the Iraqi people taking their city back. And please leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching the LIP TV too.